Hello everyone, welcome to our Rb25 to Rb26 rear-wheel drive conversion series. This is our Skyline R34 and this is our Rb26. We're going to be swapping this engine into the car, but our car was a Rb25 rear-wheel drive chassis and the Rb26 comes in an all-wheel drive configuration. The first problem for the swap is the all-wheel drive oil sump. We cannot put this engine onto this subframe because the engine mounts don't match up and the axles which come out of the oil sump, they don't let the engine sit on the subframe. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be replacing this one with a rear-wheel drive oil sump from the Rb25. Why are we going for an Rb25 oil sump? We can get a custom-made rear-wheel drive oil sump for the Rb26, but we're going to be using our Rb25 oil sump, and we love to do a bit of a DIY. We're going to be taking you along on this journey. We're going to wire up a custom wiring harness for the ECU. We're going to swap the engine. We're going to do a single turbo conversion. We're going to tune the car, and a whole lot more. And you will be with us on this journey. So I hope you enjoy the series. Let's go. So for our next step, I'm going to be cleaning up all of this. I'm going to take the plates off. I'm going to wash them up. I'll be using some basic, well not basic, it's a good brake cleaner to clean all this up, a microfiber towel, and obviously since it's an engine, a brand new brush. Let's take these off and see what the condition is underneath. Next up, we put the Rb25 on the crane and get ready to remove the oil sump. This is our old oil sump, don't mind my hands. This is the new oil sumps from the Rb25. It's been cut to fit the Rb26. Now I've put in some petrol just to clear out all the old engine oil, and I'm taking off all the silicone that the old mechanic loves to put on the car. So after almost 1 hour of grinding with different polishing tools and wire brushes, I've gotten all the silicone off, and now I can get the oil sump test fitted on the Rb26 block. Finished test fitting the oil pan. It does fit on the block. I've yet to test it out with the oil pickup, but I know I have to grind a little bit of that off so that the oil pan can sit flush from the left side, my left side. Anyways, we learn something new every day, so I just learned something. The Rb26 has two different bolt patterns for the oil pan. It has the 14 mm for the all-wheel drive oil pan, and it has 10 mm for the Rb25 det oil pan. So just saved myself from a lot of extra work because I thought I had to drill the holes bigger to make them fit the 14 mm, but apparently we're all good. Today is day 2 of converting the oil sump. I've gone ahead and gotten a new gasket made for the oil pan because we didn't have any. That's done. We've gotten some, obviously, red gasket maker. You can't go wrong with red. We have some anti-rust spray to paint the oil pan, and I've gotten some Dremel bits to put on the grinder so that we can grind off the excess pickup line so that the oil pan and the pickup line sit flush together. I've also gone ahead and cleaned up all of these. There was a lot of junk inside of this, old silicone, etc. Make sure you clean these parts out very well. I cannot stress that enough. Also gone ahead and cleaned up all of these. All the bolts are washed. So let's get to work. First step for today, I'm gonna put the pickup back on, and then we're gonna test fit the oil pan to see if we have to make any changes to the oil pickup line, which I know I'll have to cut a little bit of this part off. So let's go ahead and install this. Okay, so these are our 10 mm bolts, and this is where the oil pan will sit, but I have to grind a little bit of this piece off, make it a little bit straighter so that the oil pan can fit here. So this right here is the part that we're gonna be straightening out a little. So let's go. Okay, so after grinding the pickup, the pan is almost there, but it's still hitting somewhere. So what I'll be doing is I'm going to apply some grease over here and on the pickup as well. I just want to make sure that the pickup is not colliding, and just to get a better idea of where it's hitting, I'm going to put some grease here. We're going to get that grease on the pan, and then we're going to warm up the pan a little bit and hit it lightly with a mallet, and hopefully it should fit then. So as you can see, I've gotten the grease over here. That is the point where we're gonna hit the pan, and then we should be good to go. And with that, our oil sump conversion is now completed. The RB25 rear wheel drive oil sump is sitting on the RB26. Gave it a new look, or I tried my best at least, but it looks good. There were a couple of bolts that we could not install, such as this one over here and one over here, because our block had some damage inside the threads, so I was unable to install any bolts on those. But apart from those three, the rest of them are all in. They're torqued down, and I'll let it sit. I'll let the gasket maker dry itself, and hopefully we'll be good to go. The oil pickup line is sitting perfectly inside. It has a 6mm clearance from the floor, so that is what is recommended. And next step, we'll be doing the engine mounts from the RB25 so that it could sit in the rear wheel drive subframe. Might do a oil cooler delete and install an aftermarket one. Might do a manifold as well, I don't know as of now. Everything's in the works, and I'm thinking I'll give this block a respray as well. So that's for another video. I hope you enjoyed this video and you got some information. Tried my best, and that's it for now. See you guys later. Allah Hafiz.